Welcome to a brand new episode of the Jampack Report today for May the 14th of 2020. Of course, my name is Samuel Adams, and this is a daily gaming news podcast meant to bring you the hottest gaming news you need to know from around the industry. Hosted on YouTube and podcast services around the world 5 days a week, it's your one-stop shop for the hottest news you need to know. So hey, listen, if you enjoy this and you want it in your ears every single day, head over on to YouTube or a podcast service and hit that subscribe button and keep yourself in the know. Did you like that? A more sensual approach today? We really got in those ears. I really laid it down for you, didn't I? However, today we are talking about Mixer because it looks like it's dying. A brand new report from Stream Elements showcases a lot of new figures showing just how big the streaming industry has gotten and how much Mixer hasn't really changed whatsoever. As the pandemic began to spread across the globe, it has changed the way millions of us consume content and work, but one other area that has seen record numbers is video game streaming platforms. A recent report from Stream Elements detailed how various platforms such as Facebook Gaming, YouTube Gaming, Twitch, and others have reported triple-figure year-over-year growth, owing in part to the pandemic. One very notable elephant in the room is Microsoft's Mixer platform, which remains utterly, tragically flat. And here's the chart that shows exactly what they mean. So Twitch grew 101% year over year, Facebook Gaming grew 238% year over year, and even YouTube Gaming grew at 65% year over year. But Mixer, oh no, it has a measly 0.2% year over year growth. Without the pandemic, it's not hard to envision that Mixer would have shrunk during this period instead, suggesting that the platform has a serious issue retaining users. Mixer has always been the underdog going into this battle. Facebook and YouTube have utterly massive established audiences they can leverage to soak up users, and Twitch remains the dominant force in the space with the lion's share of the industry's celebrities. Mixer also has a fair amount of systemic problems with platform instability, anecdotally often cited to me as a reason people don't stick around. Pulling in big names like Ninja and Shroud does not seem to have helped the platform grow as a whole, especially when you consider the fact that other platforms are also splashing the cash around. YouTube bought exclusive rights to the entire Activision Blizzard streaming esports operation, alongside etching a deal with YouTube heavyweight PewDiePie for streaming shows. The future of Mixer truly remains uncertain, and Microsoft does not have a history of continuing to invest in products that simply are not providing any value. And the question is, will Mixer continue to survive? It is more questionable than ever before, because whenever you are a platform in the midst of competition that's growing literally, in the case of Facebook Gaming, by 238%, and you have Twitch growing by 101%, even YouTube Gaming growing by 65%, and you grew none, that is very shocking. And as the author says, in the midst of a pandemic, you would especially expect to see at least a single-digit percent growth, 8%, 6%, even 1 full percentage point. But nothing, nada. It is completely stagnant, and that really is not a good look at all. I really worry about Mixer, and I think that its time might have come. I think that eventually what's going to happen is the name is going to be repurposed, and it's going to be baked back in to the Xbox brand. And I've said this before, and I'll always say it again, Mixer could be a home for original Xbox gaming content. You could remake a G4 TV and have it live on the Xbox systems as Mixer. You can create original content, you can curate gaming shows that showcase new products coming out on Xbox and PC, and you could probably get a solid followership. But the question is, will Microsoft choose to go that route, or will it be a consistently disappointing streaming platform? And I suppose we will have to wait and see. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that just because Mixer is not popular does not mean that there are not solid content creators on that platform. You've seen plenty of good quality people emerge from the Microsoft Mixer ecosystem, and I do hope all of them continue to thrive, whether it be on Mixer or another platform. But this just goes to show that even though the streaming wars are continuing to pop time after time, and Mixer and Microsoft are continuing to invest millions of dollars in acquiring streamers like Ninja, Shroud, King Ithalian, Ewok, it's just not paying off, and I'd hate to see what their numbers looked like if they hadn't made those moves early on. You could be seeing a very, very low number as compared to what they even have right now. But in the midst of that, Twitch has unveiled a safety advisory council to help with safety rules and a work-life balance. Twitch announced on Thursday it's putting together a safety advisory council made up of online safety experts and Twitch creators to help with the safety of the community across the board. The streaming platform stressed that the council will help to not only draft and clarify new policies, but will also promote work-life balance and a healthy streaming habit to help with marginalized creators. The Safety Advisory Council will inform and guide decisions made at Twitch by contributing their experience, expertise, and belief in Twitch's mission of empowering communities to create together, an announcement on Twitch's blog read. The members include Alex Holmes, the founder of the Anti-Bullying Ambassadors, which helps to prevent bullying in schools and online; Em Alonzo, the director at the Center for Democracy and Technology's Free Expression Project; Dr. Samir Hinduja, a professor of criminology and the co-director of the Cyberbullying Research Center; and T.L. Taylor, a professor at MIT and a director at AnyKey, which works to develop fair and inclusive esports. Some of the Twitch creators involved include CoCarnage, Cup of Noodle, Ferociously Steph, and Zizaran. Each has been using the site for years and has cultivated huge communities. Each has stated their goals for being on the team, but the similarities seem to be how they want consistency across how Twitch enforces its rules. Zizaran specifically stressed how he wants Twitch to clarify its rules on bans and suspensions. Ferociously Steph specifically wants to focus on the voices of the marginalized creators. This is a huge step forward for the streaming platform, which has come under fire multiple times for actions taken against different streamers that many saw as inconsistent. And of course, over the years, many streamers have also come forward about burnout. This is the issue that is even taking a couple of days off. It ultimately results in a streamer losing thousands of subscribers, which is certainly going to be a financial strain for those who are, of course, depending on this for their full-time income. CoCarnage, who is on the council, even says on Twitter that he's been streaming for 2,000 days straight, and I can confirm that he was doing that before changing his schedule because he's got 3 kids, and he needs a couple of days off here and there. Of course, Twitch has been attempting to combat burnout for years, introducing classes in 2015 to help creators with time management. It's been a known issue, so there's optimism in how Twitch is taking steps to try and tackle the problem. Streaming culture is strange because, especially as somebody who did this for a while, I was trying to stream between 6 and 7 nights a week in the midst of 2 internships and college classes, and this is probably 2 years ago, even a year ago or so. And eventually you get to the point when you do cultivate an awesome little group of people that loves the stuff that you do, but ultimately the work-life balance is crippling. You are unable to balance everything that you need to balance, and you sacrifice your social life, or you have the opportunity to if you do so choose, in exchange for this pursuit of online entertainment creation, in the pursuit of developing a community. There are so many little elements that do make up being a streamer and being part of that streamer culture. And so I think the Safety Advisory Council is going to go a long way in a lot of different areas, but hopefully this will, as the article says, create consistency in how Twitch enforces its rules, because it's very few and far between. But I will say, there is going to be a bit of a controversy that comes from this because they approach a punishment based individually on each creator, and I think that's the right approach. I think that if you do a broad, sweeping kind of response to any kind of accusation, you begin to risk getting the wrong people caught in that filter, those that might have made an honest mistake versus those that are pushing the boundaries. And I think that the single case approach to each individual instance is something that needs to be pursued, but a consistency in the response is also something that needs to be addressed as well. So hopefully that comes as a result of this, and I cannot wait to see what the team does. Looks like a pretty good A-team of individuals. But Nintendo has officially announced Paper Mario: The Origami King, coming out on the Nintendo Switch for July the 17th. Or I should say, coming for the Nintendo Switch on July the 17th. The game will feature a detail-rich world to explore, off-the-wall minigame events, and countless mysteries to be solved according to Nintendo. Origami King has been created by mainstay series developer Intelligent Systems and sees Mario and friends embark on a quest to stop an evil king. Sound familiar? I think so. King Ollie has bound Princess Peach's castle in giant colored streamers and transported it to a distant mountain, reads Nintendo's official blurb. He's even transformed Bowser's minions into folded soldiers and enlisted them in his treacherous case. Luckily, Mario is equipped with a range of new tools at his disposal to help secure victory. The RPG features a new ability called 1000-fold arms, which allows players to interact with the landscape by stretching out and pulling, peeling, and revealing new locations, helping them solve puzzles and uncover secrets. Origami King also introduces new ring-based battle systems, which Nintendo says will allow players to flex their puzzle-solving skills to line up scattered enemies and maximize damage. These dynamic turn-based battles are said to be far from stationary and require a sharp mind. And so there you have it, an origami-based Mario game, which personally I think looks like a pretty fun time. It's something that I think is going to be, of course, very familiar to those that have played the Mario games before. But this is something that I believe has been in the works for quite some time. We've seen talk of this kind of gameplay for a while and talk of a new Paper Mario game. So hopefully it turns out to be the game that fans are wanting, but I must admit this is not something I'm ever going to play. I have no desire to play Paper Mario, but I know that it's a fan favorite, a bit of a niche favorite, if you will, and the origami take on this is certainly going to be taking advantage of the Switch's power, because this isn't something that can be done with this kind of skill and this kind of aesthetic on the 3DS, especially not in this way. So again, the game is launching on July the 17th. Paper Mario and the Origami King is coming very soon. Evo Online has officially been detailed. Of course, it's going to be stretching across July with 4 open tournaments. The coronavirus pandemic forced organizers of the annual Evo Fighting Game Tournament to cancel their 2020 event, but they have now announced details of an online version. According to a video they posted, the event will include 5 weekends of fighting game action running through the month of July. While that will include special exhibitions and content for the original tournament lineup, going online will also make it more interactive for fighting game fans. That's because the new schedule includes 4 open tournaments. Players can go head-to-head in Mortal Kombat 11, Aftermath, Killer Instinct, Them's Fightin' Herds, and Skullgirls Second Encore. Sign up and event info is coming soon, and the action gets started on July the 4th. So if you do want... July the 4th? Really? Okay. Is that a Saturday? What day of the week is that? Hold on. July 4th is a Saturday. That sounds fun. So yeah, if you want to dive into the world of Evo, it looks like it is going to be coming in this online format. It's not going to be the same, but it's better than having nothing, because right now the coronavirus is putting a damper on just about every good thing in life, and so now we are finally getting details of how it's going to be, I suppose, a stand-in event for this year's show. So 4 of these events are going to be coming over the course of the next few months, or I should say few weeks, coming in July. So hey, if you want to participate, you can sign up starting ASAP. You can find the link on the official Evo outlets on Twitter as soon as they make the announcement. But again, those 4 games are going to be Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, Killer Instinct, Them's Fightin' Herds, and Skullgirls Second Encore. Now moving on to the games you can play soon for free or in a subscription, starting off with Game Pass, because Alan Wake is coming to Game Pass for its 10th anniversary. Remedy Entertainment released its beloved cult classic Alan Wake 10 years ago this Thursday, May the 14th. That's today. Happy 10th, Alan Wake. To celebrate the anniversary, Alan Wake will come to Game Pass on both Xbox One and PC on May 21st. It's a third-person shooter heavily inspired by the novels of Stephen King and David Lynch's acclaimed Twin Peaks TV series. It follows Alan Wake, a famous writer, as he visits a rural Washington town for some alone time with his wife while he works to get past his own writer's block. Things get strange very quickly as Alan realizes the sleepy town has an infestation of dark shadows. Alan Wake's American Nightmare, a more action-focused Alan Wake game, came out 2 years later. Remedy then moved on to Quantum Break and later Control, one of Polygon's best games of 2019. While 10 years old, Alan Wake is definitely worth a replay in 2020, especially if you already have Game Pass. First-time subs get it for $1 after the first month. Players can choose between Xbox-only Game Pass for $10, PC-only Game Pass for $4.99, or Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, both Xbox and PC, for $14.99. It's also worth mentioning that Alan Wake is currently on sale on Steam for roughly $1.49. In fact, it's exactly $1.49. So if you want to get it for much cheaper than 1 month of Xbox Game Pass, you certainly can on Steam. And it's going to look better than it does on Xbox One. But if you do have Game Pass and you are a console player, hey, by all means, you certainly can get it whenever it hits next Thursday on May the 21st. But moving on to our final topic of today's show, GTA 5 is now free to download and keep on PC from the Epic Games Store. Of course, the game just left the Xbox Game Pass system, and now it is going to be coming to the Epic Game Store for keeps. So we talked about this on yesterday's show. The game is out now on the Epic Game Store. This is the Premium Edition, which comes with tons of extra content and access to GTA Online. So if you've never played Game Pass, now is the perfect time to do so because, again, it's included with Game Pass. Or it was included with Game Pass. Now it's included for free with Epic Games Store accounts, which costs nothing at all. So dive in, give it a shot, give it a download, and jump into the world of course, GTA 5. But that rounds out today's episode of the Jampack Report. If you enjoyed this one, drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about the show and everything we discussed today. Have you watched streams on Mixer? Do you plan on streaming on Mixer? Do you stream on Mixer? And how do you feel about Twitch? On top of that, any of these games, are they catching your interest? Alan Wake, maybe, if you want to play on the Xbox One. Another Paper Mario. Would love to see you down below. But until tomorrow, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.